finally time for the draft. Pretty much the entire reason this series exists is the draft. And now I've been looking at the news and stuff for the college players to see if there's anything worth keeping an eye on, and there's a couple of guys worth looking at. But the Browns have the first overall pick. They just signed Ryan Fitzpatrick in free agency. Obviously, now if you're talking about real life, that would absolutely not mean that you wouldn't try and draft another quarterback. But who knows, maybe they don't want one if they got him in free agency. I know I've got to be in the top 10. I'm pretty sure I've got to be in the top 5, but I don't want to risk it. Just go for 5. If I needed to be at like 3 or 4, that's gonna kill me if I see him go. So the Bears have the second overall pick, and if you look at their team needs, number 1, cornerback. They're going to take our cornerback if we don't take their pick. The Browns, middle linebacker, cornerback, they could take our guy. I don't want to go for the first overall one because that's crazy. Who's going to make a cornerback a first overall pick? But what are we playing with here? At the Browns, what are they going to do with the first overall pick? You're not going to take a middle linebacker with the first overall pick. You're not going to take a cornerback. They need a left end and a right end. That's more likely. First overall picks nowadays are for quarterbacks, defensive ends, or offensive tackles. That's pretty much it. As a matter of fact, that's exactly how it's been since 1997, and then the year before that. And to be fair, before that it was quite a lot different. There's linebackers going first, defensive tackles, running backs. So I don't know what to do. Are the Browns gonna buck the trend that's been the trend for like 20 years of it only being quarterbacks, offensive tackles, or defensive ends? And they need a defensive end. Maybe they'll go with them. Maybe they need a quarterback as well. Apparently we need a quarterback, but I don't see that being the case. Quarterback wise, they're not sorted by any stretch of imagination. I mean, they bought out the Jets for some reason, but I can't see them going cornerback first overall pick. To be fair, I feel like he probably will end up going like at 15 or something, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk leaving it to the Bears, whose number 1 need is a cornerback, and at number 2, the number 2 overall pick, that's just free for all. Who knows who's going to get taken there? Do you want our first rounder this year, our first rounder next year, and our second rounder this year for your first rounder this year? Please say yes. It's the last trade I'm going to make. Holy crud, we're going to have to give him the whole house. Now I'm going to go start the draft. Obviously I completely went away from that trade deal because I want to see the draft order. Hopefully I'll be able to come back out of this. Well, obviously we can make some trades once we're in the whole thing. So there's the draft order. There's the Tennessee Titans having cashed in. Now the question is, can we cash in on the fact that they have 2 picks that close to each other? Can we take one? Are they willing to take less for it? I didn't realize the draft works like that this year. That's cool. I would have gone in that ages ago. Still got access to everything. I'm scared to go forward because I think he's just going to pop up as one of the first ones. It's mid-first rounder. His value is a mid-first rounder. They're not going to take him. I'm going to trade with the Titans. They've got 3 and 5. We're going to go for 3 first. If they don't go for that, we'll take 5. Yes, hello Titans. We'd like that 3rd overall pick. And look at this. We will offer you our first rounder this year and our second rounder this year. What do you say? And that's much better than it was for the Browns. The Browns were holding theirs at ransom. First rounder this year, first rounder next year, second rounder next year. No, second rounder this year, our earliest one. Still don't want it. 3 first rounders for your 3rd overall pick. But to be fair, at this point, we might as well see if the Bears or Browns will take that. Browns, will you give us your first overall pick for 3 first rounders? Not even close. Come on, Bears, how about it? You up for it? No. Alright Titans, we phoned around a bit. What are you thinking? You gonna do it? Is the deal we can finish? No. We give us your 5th overall pick for this. Wow, I don't want to give them everything yet. What about this? Oh, there we go. There we go. 2 first rounders. Almost good enough for their 5th overall pick, which I think will be good enough. If it's not, I'm kind of stuck there because I don't really have anyone I want to take outside of him. What are you thinking? You enticed by our 2nd rounder? So close. So close. Hey, what about this then? It's right there. This could be the final offer. Might still not be good enough if someone else takes him. There we go. Wow, what a trade. A first rounder this year, a first rounder next year, and a second rounder next year for their 5th overall pick. And now the worrying begins because what if one of these 4 takes him? One of the top needs for the Cleveland Browns is a cornerback. The top need for the Bears is a cornerback. The Titans' top 5 needs is a cornerback. The Dolphins' second highest need is a cornerback. Now, to be fair, with that 5th overall pick, we'll take a quick look at the draft board again. Here's the way I would do it. Our first choice is Jameson Nickerson. He is ridiculous. 40-yard dash, 4.29, 6'4", incredible. A run support cornerback with absolute breakneck speed, B+ zone coverage, B- man coverage, and a B press. Jazario Blaylock isn't bad either, B+ zone coverage, B- man coverage, C+ press for 4.3, 240, and a 6'1", similar size, and he's a man-to-man corner. We've got Warren Cottrell at strong safety, A- hit power, B- zone coverage, C+ pursuit, fastest strong safety, second strongest strong safety, so he's got speed 4.42, bench press 25 reps. Then behind him, Demetrius Law, and now Demetrius Law doesn't look as good there, but they were talking him up in those news things. He's a second fastest at 4.43, and is clearly a lot more agile as he's first in both the 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle, B hit power, B- tackle, B- pursuit. Both of them same kind of corners with the zone. Of course, a quarterback we could look at, although I'm not that interested. A throw power, B+ throw accuracy short, B throw medium. But none of his combine things are that crazy there. Obviously that doesn't matter, we don't run around like crazy with our guy anyway. Sloan I could be interested in as well, but there was the other guy. There's a bunch of left tackles which, you know, would be fine, but we're not trading up to get a left tackle. Barry Trainer, pretty fast at free safety, 4.43. Anyway, we've got backup options. Can't get the corner, we'll take a strong safety or a middle linebacker. Alright, advance to the next pick. So they went quarterback. Alright, so Browns went quarterback, so we didn't need their pick. We're okay for now. Bears go left tackle. What did the Titans do with the third? We couldn't get this pick. They take a wide receiver, and now this is the one. I think I'm definitely overshooting for him, but he's so good, I had to be here at 5. Are the Dolphins gonna take him? They don't take him. He's ours. He's ours. Now, just out of interest, considering we gave away 2 firsts and a second, what kind of value does this hold for somebody else to get it? What kind of offer is that, 49ers? We're going to make our selection. I definitely overshot him. At this point, I would have loved to be able to see where he ended up going. Because I'm playing on the cloud one, you can't just save and leave. I would have loved to have known where Jameson Nickerson goes if I don't take him here at 5th overall. But he's just... Look at his stats, his size, his speed. You gotta take that. You can't not take that. Don't quite know how a run support cornerback is 32nd in bench press. That's slightly worrying, but everything else is so good, I don't really mind. Look at that. We got him. Perfect. Bang on. He's the number 5 ranked talent, and we drafted him at number 5. 79 overall cornerback. 96 speed. 80 man coverage, 86 zone coverage, 70 play recognition, 93 acceleration, 88 agility, 83 press. This guy is our future. I can't believe we got it bang on. Couldn't have done it better. We get the 5th overall pick from the Titans, and he's the 5th overall talent. 93 jumping, 78 pursuit, and he's already the number 32 ranked cornerback in the league. Top 8%, and he's just turned up. He's this year's Jalen Ramsey, except for he's even fast. Jalen Ramsey ran a 4.41. He was drafted 5th overall. This guy runs a 4.29, 96 speed. That is insane. So here's our next pick at number 38. Now we're going to go back up and have a quick look at everybody that's been taken, although, you know, there wasn't really anybody we were after specifically anymore. So how's our linebacker? Conway we did have an eye on, he was huge. Blaylock there at number 10, so I'm assuming, let's see, with another cornerback not taken. So another cornerback wasn't taken, but you can, and we would have been there at 21 where they took Evans running back. Would he have still been there at that point? I don't think so. Blaylock was higher ranked than him beforehand, but I think probably would have been taken. Sloan there, who we were interested, gone. Cottrell gone. Law gone, so we wouldn't have been able to get them with our original pick either. Bradshaw was the final linebacker, or the middle linebacker we liked. He was really fast. So let's see what we've got then on this one. We're not going to trade this away. Just, I always like to look at what people are offering. You know, you always pick up the phone. You don't have to take it. We do have a second rounder. I'm not going to draft it. I'm not going to trade this away, but we do have another second rounder. But no, we're not going to do that unless I don't see anyone here that I like. But I don't think that's going to be the case. So there's still some first round talent around here. Now, is this guy's name Keelan Labinjo or Keelan Labinho? Or Keelan Labinho? Who knows? We can't draft a guy like that. Ooh, a good-looking strong safety here. I don't completely care about the combine results, but I've got to see at least one green somewhere there. So of course we've got to take a guy with a number 1. We want to take one that's worth a first rounder. We don't need a tight end, so we're probably not going to go tight end here. 4.72 speed though. Very, very agile. A vertical threat. That's interesting. He's got good catching as well. And he's pretty strong. 6th as tight ends with the bench press. Of course that doesn't completely mean that, but we could take another cornerback. No, actually I didn't like McCorn. Although, that's interesting. B+ man coverage, we don't need another corner. So I'm looking here at Nat Newsom, obviously the highest ranked available player for us, and he is projected as an early first rounder. And his pass block and run block are pretty good. 6'6" as well, 300 pounds, that's a big guy. I've got to go for that. Basically any player, even, you know, he's obviously not as good as he seems because we're in the second round now. Oh, we are only the 6th pick in the second round. Fell to the second round. Maybe it's a Laramie Tunzel type deal. Although obviously, not that he was a problem, but I'm mad no one gets suspended anyway, so it wouldn't even be a problem. Although that'd be quite a cool thing they could add. They could add like a character type thing, so you can take a flyer on a guy with a bad character, and maybe the guy gets suspended, maybe he doesn't. Maybe it depends on the kind of players you've got around him. That would be interesting. Although that would be slightly more in-depth than they will probably ever go, considering this is their most in-depth franchise mode and it's not really different from last year. So we're going to take Nat Newsom. He's an early first rounder based on his thing. It's the 6th pick in the second round. Left tackle, we can improve any line position. Alright, a good... No way, not again. That can't be right. Basically, it says he's ranked number 38 in true talent, and we drafted him at 38 overall. That's just not right, because that final number is stuck for a while at 1. So it says, originally it said Nat is ranked at 38 in true talent and you drafted him at number 1. Obviously not true. I don't know if it's just defaulting to the first number there, or whether literally now 2 times in a row I've drafted a guy exactly where he is supposed to go. This time, 88 strength, 80 run blocking, 83 pass blocking, 79 impact blocking. That's the big difference. Our guys aren't bad at run and pass blocking. They're not that good at impact blocking. He is. 70 speed's actually pretty good as well. 81 acceleration is the good key part there. 68 agility. 76 overall, so he is now by far the best player on the line, although obviously some of those guys are 73 overall, so not that far away. But another good pick, apparently, according to this, although now I'm starting to doubt whether... Or maybe I should just become a general manager, because I got an eye for this. So we zip down to our next pick here at number 53. We'll go back up and take a look at some of these guys taken. A right tackle there. Receiver, we're really not worried about receiver here. Was that the tight end we were looking at? I'm not sure. We can obviously see in a second. McCord is a guy I was hoping maybe would fall to us down there. Carson, Downey, another middle linebacker. Another wide receiver. I think a couple of those guys we were interested in are still around. I think a strong safety is. Always take a look at the value. Maybe someone's gone mad, needs to jump back into the second round, and they're offering you like the next 8 years worth of second round picks. Nobody's gone mad this year, so we're going to make our selection, and I think there's some good players left here that we could want. Nope, they all left. Darren Stanley, though. Obviously, it's like, oh, bad red, he's a second rounder, but only because he was projected for the first round originally. Fast free safety, 4.48, not bad. B+ hit power, B pursuit, C zone coverage. Now, the issue there is we play a lot of zone, more zone than man. And if we play man, we tend to play cover 2. We don't do too much 0, which means this guy's got to be good at zone, and he's not that good at zone. He's big though, 6'4". Can we resist that? Can we resist pairing a 6'4" corner with a 6'4" free safety? And part of me says no, I cannot resist that. Running backs, wide receivers would be a waste this year for us. Next year when we got a lot more picks, I'd be happy to start diving into those, maybe just boosting some already strong positions, but right now we have very strong running backs. We have one, like the best pass catching running back in the league probably in terms of what he did last year, led our team in receiving yards. Keith Marshall is a home run threat, and wide receivers, we're just solid. We don't really need any wide receivers. We've got guys that can stretch the field, we've got guys that can go over the middle, we've got everything we need. Left end, of course, we're alright at end, but we could maybe upgrade it, although he just doesn't look exciting enough for me. Power moves, I would have loved to see his block shedding. That's something we need better players with, is block shedding. We've got a left guard all the way down here. We're going to take this giant free safety. Now, like I said, Akeem Davis is one of the guys I didn't want to budge out the way, although I also said he's still expendable. The only two that aren't 100% aren't Keith Marshall, Kevin Pierre-Lewis. Akeem Davis I would have liked to not get rid of, not replace. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll have to either. One of those could play strong safety quite easily. We're going to draft this guy. Cannot resist, 6'4", 6'4". We're going size in this draft because our left tackle was like 6'6" or 8 or whatever and over 300 pounds. We're going pure, raw, physical specimens. No, there we go. So the first two were bang on. That's even more impressive now. So we took him 10 spots early, but you know, this is our last pick in the second round. What can we do? 91 speed. Wow. We got one here. 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 87 hit power. This guy's gonna lay people out. 83 pursuit, 72 tackling. Coverage could be better, but it's not bad. Oh my goodness, this guy is incredible. 77 block shedding, 87 agility, 82 jumping. That is not bad at all. That speed and hit power combination is incredible. 6'4". We just got absolute beasts in the secondary now. 75 overall does make him better than Akeem Davis. I'll probably look to switch one of the two over to strong safety. I mean, he could play strong safety. Look at his hit power and tackling. And that's actually the last pick we can make for a while because we don't have one for forever. So yeah, we went 10 early, but we don't have one until like the 4th round, I think, if that. I think we don't have one until the 5th round. I mean, we've picked up some beasts already, so I'm not too worried about it, but that's that. We're going to skip ahead to the next user pick because there's no one we're looking at anymore specifically, so we don't really need to look with anticipation if anyone takes them. Now it's a long drop to our next pick. There we go, in the 5th round we've got back-to-back picks, which is always great. Maybe with back-to-back, always review your offer. You never know, someone could be offering a third. Oh my, they are offering a third. These guys are insane. Might have to take that. We'll see what's available to us, but we might just have to take a 3rd rounder next year because we don't have a 3rd rounder again next year, I don't think. So this year we've got 2 5th rounders, 2 7th rounders left. That's it. Next year we have a whole bunch of firsts, a whole bunch of seconds still. No 3rd rounder, so we may just have to pick ourselves up that 3rd rounder. We could take a blind flyer on a 3rd round talent, but they're all running backs, so I don't really care. And that's it. There's 2 centers. We don't need 2 centers, so we're definitely going to trade away one of these 2 picks. I would say Corey Wong is better than Wong's an odd last name for a guy called Corey, but we won't question it. Dion Hutchins also did a little bit better in the combine. Well, how about we let fate decide? We will trade this pick away for a 3rd rounder. Told you, there's always some nut job. Now, as for deciding which team we're going to take it from, if you could all please just scream as loud as you could, and maybe I'll hear you in the past. What I'm hearing is don't take the Bengals because they went to the conference game, so they're pretty good. They'll probably do alright next year. Take the lowest pick this year because 0 to hero doesn't happen. That's what I heard. I don't know which one of you shouted that, but somebody said it, so blame them. Do they take a center and make it easy for us? They do not take a center. Hey, the Falcons just had back-to-back picks. And they're going for the line. That doesn't make it. Let's see, is anybody still mad enough to offer us a 3rd round? They are. We can't. The Falcons want to make 3 back-to-back picks. I don't know, one of those centers did look pretty good. We don't need more than 1 3rd rounder. We're going to take a center. There's no fun in trading everything away. You end up never using those selections if you start trading back too much. So, Corey Wong or Dion Hutchins? We're going to go Wong. If there's a guy called Corey Wong, how bizarre that is, you've got to take him. That's not bad, 71 rating. Alright, so we took him slightly early, but right around the right time. He's ranked 153. We drafted him 145. That's not bad. We'll take a look at his skills. 84 strength, 81 pass blocking. Run blocking could be a bit better. Impact blocking's good though. He's not significantly better than anything we've got, but he's younger and probably has more room for improvement. Maybe all those running backs will be gone the next time we take a look. I'm not going to take one unless there's still like a 3rd round one. If there's 1 3rd round one left here in the 7th round, we'll take him. Just to see if someone wants to give us a 1st rounder for a 7th rounder. Now they want to give us 5th rounders. Ooh, a 4th rounder. Hey, if they're offering 4th rounders, there's something worth taking here. Wait, is that the Raiders are offering us our 4th rounder next year to go 1 spot higher? Obviously have back-to-back picks as well, but see, no more 3rd round running backs. Otherwise I would have taken one, just taken a shot. Oh yes, the kicker, of course. Yes. That's the last thing we're gonna take is a kicker. No, they took the good one. I can't believe somebody did that. Somebody nabbed him. We'll trade back. If someone else has taken the kicker, I'll be amazed. Whose 4th rounder do we take? The Vikings? They didn't do that well this year. I remember seeing them. The Raiders went to the wild card round. We'll go Vikings. They did, I think they were like 8-8, 6-10 or something crazy. Let's hope they do similarly. We can actually draft some people in the 3rd and 4th rounds next year. If they're taking the kicker, stay away from our kicker. Someone's taken him, haven't they? No, they haven't. Look at that. We've got him. And that's it. That's the final pick of this draft. For us, not for everybody, will be the kicker. I can't believe somebody else took the kicker. There's a better kicker. I don't remember how good he was, but there's no punters left. Everybody's taken all the punt. This is mad. We're going to steal this guy from Georgia. It's the Georgia connection, right? Who would have expected that? He's the strongest kicker with 9 reps on the bench press. He's the fastest kicker with a 4.81 speed. And he's the 2nd jumpiest kicker with a 24-inch vertical. Yeah, that's... I told you we're going for physical specimens this year. He's right there with them. Look at that. He's the number 78 true talent. We drafted him at 218. What a bargain. 77 speed, though, for a kicker isn't bad. 87 kick power, 81 kick accuracy. It's pretty good. 49 strength isn't that good. I'll tell you what, his speed is... very odd compared to his acceleration, but that's what kickers are. That's us done in this draft, and it's a pretty good haul. I mean, we got the number 5 talent at number 5 overall, and then the number, what was it, like 36 talent at 36 overall? Who knows? Will Corey Wong go into the Hall of Fame, or will he end up in the Hall of Very Good? Skip Bayless is setting Corey Wong's ceiling at pretty darn good already now. How does that happen? Is it because his name's Corey Wong? Because I'm telling you, I was just as confused. So let's take a look at the draft recap. I don't want to look at the contract. I want to know who signed that other kicker. We absolutely stole one there. Okay, we didn't steal him. We got him exactly where he's supposed to go. But look at that, 96 speed. Incredible. It doesn't show his size there, but I would have liked to see all those. Then our left tackle, Nat Newsom. That's a pretty good pick there as well. 76 overall. Just huge guy and pretty 70 speed, 81 acceleration is pretty good there for a left tackle, especially if his size is 300 pounds. Darren Stanley then we went for 91 speed, 91 acceleration. You can't turn that down. Corey Wong, the future Hall of Famer already from Rhode Island, and Brennan Thomason. Did we sign an international talent from Norway? Don't think so. It would have one of those lines through one of the O's, wouldn't it? Probably. But that's not bad either. We didn't draft anybody under 70, which obviously is great because half our team's still under 70. But we also only drafted 5 players. Very, very, very happy to get Jameson Nickerson. Incredible. The 2nd best player on the team. The 3rd best player on the team. The 4th best player on the team. This is my whole point with this is why, you know, basically ignore Morstead because he doesn't count, he's just a punter we kept around. The 3 best players on the team have just joined this year. Obviously Kevin Pierre-Louis good enough to hang in there with the top of them, and then our kicker is also pretty high there. Look at this, I told you we went size. 6'4", 215 pounds. 6'6", 305 pounds. 6'4", 220 pounds. 6'1", 202, actually 202 pounds. Dude, you're only a kicker. That's all good. That's actually the team as we will know it. We'll add some fillers in everywhere where they're needed, and that'll be it, and we can start playing again.